Hi there, and welcome to today's class. Today we'll be doing a morning yoga routine just for those of us who are getting up and looking to get a little bit energized and ready for our day. So to begin, we'll start off in the top of our mat in a standing position. I'm going to go through 3 rounds of sun salutation A. So when you're ready, you're going to take a breath in, and as you do, you're going to lift your hands up, looking above your head, and then on your exhale, folding forward. Take a breath in to lift your chest up halfway, focusing on keeping your back nice and straight. Exhale, bringing hands down to mat as you step back into a plank. Inhale to hold here as you really push the earth away. Exhale, you can begin by lowering your knees before bringing your chest and your chin all the way down. Inhale, keeping your hands planted as you push your chest up, coming into a cobra. Before exhaling, tucking your toes as you come into a downward dog. Inhale to hold. Exhale, you can either step, hop, or jump towards the top of the mat, back into a fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, fold. Then inhale, slowly rolling back up, coming into a standing as you raise our hands above our head. Before exhaling, bring hands back down to side. Going through another round, a little bit faster. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, stepping back into a plank. Inhale to hold. Exhale to chaturanga down. Inhale to push up into a cobra, or you can maybe lift your thighs up for an upward dog. Before exhaling, back into your downward dog. Inhale to hold in position. Before exhaling, stepping forward, back into your fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, slowly standing up, raising your hands above your head as we exhale to bring them back down. Going through our last round now. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to plank. Inhale to hold in position. Exhale to lower down. Inhale for your back bend of choice. And then exhale into your downward dog. Inhale to hold. Exhale to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, slowly rolling back up one last time. Hands above your head. As we exhale to bring them down to side. And then on your next inhale, we're going to go to a chair. So you can either keep your feet hip width apart, or you can bring them a little bit closer just to make it a little bit easier. As we inhale, we're going to lift our hands above our head again, and as we do, we're going to drop our hips down, keeping our knees together as we lower as far as we can into our chair. Focusing on trying to keep our balance, all the weight on our heels. And then bringing palms together, we can come towards heart center. I'm going to go into a twist. So turning to the left, you're going to bring your right elbow to your left knee. As we come into a twisted chair, and you can either stay here, or you can open up, bring your right hand down and your left hand up. Holding here for a breath in. And as you exhale, bringing palms back together, you can come back to center and straighten your legs into a fold. And now fold, we're going to lift our chest up halfway for an inhale. Exhale back down to fold. And then we can move on to the other side. So inhale, lifting our hands up, dropping our hips. Coming into our chair. And then bring hands to heart center. We're going to twist now to the right, left elbow to right knee as we open up our chest to the right. Holding for one more breath in. And as you exhale, palms together and back up straight into your fold. And then from our fold, we're going to bring our hands down to the mat as we step back with our left foot, dropping our knee as we bring our chest up for a low lunge, raising our hands before cactusing them out to the side and gently leaning back. And straightening ourselves up. We're going to heel to our right foot slightly forward as we straighten our leg, pushing our hips back as we come into a half splits, half Hanuman. From here, you can keep a slight bend in your knee as you take one of your hands just to grab onto your foot. Just see if you can pull your chest a little bit closer to your knee. And then releasing your foot as we bend our front leg again. And leaning forward, we're going to frame our front foot coming onto our fingertips as we raise our back knee up, raising our chest as we come into a runner's lunge. And then keeping our left hand grounded to the mat, you can choose to either keep your back knee up or you can lower it down as you open our chest out to the right, raising our right hand up as we come into a twist. And bringing your right hand down. Keep bring your legs back together as we come into a plank. As you hold your full breath in. And as you exhale, you can lower down to a chaturanga. And out to go into a cobra or your up dog. Before exhaling back into your downward dog. And from your down dog, walking your feet back to the top of the mat. Coming back into your fold. Inhale to lift up halfway. And then as you exhale, bring your hands down to the mat as you step back now with your right foot. As we come back into our low lunge. Before cactusing our arms and just leaning back for a nice gentle back bend. Come back up straight. Heel toeing our front foot slightly forward before pushing our hips back as we come into our half splits. Bending our front knee as we come onto our fingertips, raising our back knee up into our lunge. Before dropping our back knee if you want, grounding our right hand as we lift our left hand up to come into our twist. And bring left hand down, stepping back into your plank. So you hold your full breath in, exhale to lower down, inhale for a bend of choice, before exhaling back into our downward dog. And from your down dog, you can move over to meet me in a seated position. We're going to have our left leg straightened out in front of us with our right leg bent. And taking a breath in, we're going to focus on keeping a nice straight spine. Then as you exhale, you're going to hinge forward over your hips, aiming to bring your chest as close to your knee as you can, with your fingers reaching out for your toes. And slowly sitting back up straight. We're going to bring our left hand over to our right knee and our right hand just behind our backs for support. We're going to take a breath in, and as we do, we're going to lengthen our spine up, pulling our shoulders back. And then on our exhale, we're going to twist to the back, pulling our right shoulders far back as we can. And if your neck feels fine for it, you can maybe turn it to gaze over your shoulder. And releasing yourself from the twist, we can move on over to the other side. So right leg straight and left leg bent. Taking a deep inhale as we lengthen our spine before exhaling to fold forward over our right leg. And gently sitting back up. Bring our right hand to our left knee, left hand behind us for support. So take a breath in, straightening up our backs before exhaling, twisting to the back, and see if you can maybe gaze over your shoulder. You can release yourself from your twist. You can meet me on your hands and your knees as you're going to go into a thread the needle. So placing the weight onto your left hand, we're going to raise our right hand up, opening our chest out to the right. And then as we exhale, threading the needle as we lower our right shoulder, bring our head down to the mat. And then with your left hand, you can just extend it out in front of you. And then bring your left hand back to the mat, pushing yourselves back into your tabletop. You can move on to the other side. So raising your left hand up, reaching as high as we can, and then exhale, threading our needle as we come into our pose. And you can extend your right hand out in front of you. Pushing yourself back up into your tabletop. And then come into a puppy pose. So keeping your hips over your knees. You're going to walk your hands out in front of us. And just lowering your chest and your forehead down to the mat. And you just come into this nice little resting pose. And if it feels a little bit too intense for your shoulders, you can just bring your hands closer to your head. And keeping your upper body low. And just shift your hips back. Come into your heels as we come into our final pose of a child's pose. And from here, you can just relax as much as you can, bringing your focus to your breath, focusing on trying to keep your heart rate nice and low. As we just lay here for the next few moments, you just rest and relax. And then bring your focus back to your body. Take a nice deep inhale, feeling your breath flow into your lungs and your chest, and relaxing as you let it out to a nice cleansing sigh out. And keeping your eyes still closed, you can push yourselves up, coming to meet me in a seated position on your shins. If it's a bit too uncomfortable, come sit in a cross-legged position. As you just take the next few moments just to reflect and soak up the practice. You can maybe even set an intention for your day. Maybe set a goal or a mindset you wish to achieve. Bringing your focus to that intention as we flutter our eyes open as we come to the end of our practice. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you felt some benefits. Hope you're feeling a little bit more energized and ready for the day. Hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. And hope to see you again next time on the yoga mat.